I'm personally offended by what was presented on so many different levels. One thing I would like to see updated is the word homeless to unhoused. I'm not done.
Can I just don't want Mr. Berman to for this to be on him. That's the way our state of California, that's the language that they use, and that's their
That
reporting.
doesn't mean that's the language we have to use. I'm
Those are
just
their
making
titles.
a statement, and I'd like to have my time to finish.
This is what I was talking about. We more concerned with words instead of deeds. You know what, family? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know everybody that's homeless in a given town and what they think. Maybe it's true. Maybe homeless people give a shit what they're called. Maybe them being in a group that's referred to as homeless is not optimal. Maybe they think they would rather be in a group that's referred to as unhoused. Here's the thought, Sweetness, Queen Bee. I think that the homeless people or the unhoused people would prefer to be known as homeowners. How about housed? How about nobody gives a shit? You focus on the wrong things. We need to improve our language. No, we need to improve the living conditions of the people. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how you refer to them. And see, that's the Democrats. All talk, no substance. No substance. This is literally the problem. This is literally the issue. I'm trying to get people to understand why I got a concern, why I'm ticked off when I'm saying we need to address and see what we're dealing with and realize these people want some BS. They are all about the feels. They are not about the reals. When you're up here telling me that you wanna, I'm upset about the word choices. Now be concerned about the condition of the people. You know what? If California, which has a humongous homeless rate, do you realize 40% of the homeless people in California are Black Americans? Meanwhile, they only make up 7% of the population. 7% of the population is 40% of the homeless. Black Americans make up 50% of homeless families, entire families in Los Angeles, homeless. And her concern is we shouldn't call them homeless. We should call them unhoused. No, what they would like you to do is be able to call them on a home phone, BI. That's what people want. But see, saying these things that make perfectly good sense. Logically, it makes sense. It's not said nice. I ain't gotta say it nice. Who cares how I say it? I said it. If you don't say it loud and proud, nobody hears it. You must cut through the noise. This is the Democratic Party's operations. This is how they get down. This is the way they legislate. They don't. They throw out narratives and buzzwords and jargon and rhetoric and make things sound cutesy. But it doesn't really improve the lives of the people. And we've been falling for it. This is the same thing when you put black faces in high places. And at the end of the day, the black faces don't do anything for you because you weren't demanding they did. You just were demanding that they be black. I'm sorry, fam, that's not good enough. When are we gonna realize we have to demand more, even more from black people? Man, I remember back in 2020, I got into it with Shannon Sharp on X. At the time, it was known as Twitter. Now, I've always had, since 2015, I had a verified account because of the work I do, not because it was a paid account, it's because I worked out in the field. I was interviewing politicians, this shit. So I got into it because Shannon Sharp in 2020 was tweeting hard and heavy about Kamala Harris. And he was criticizing Black Americans because we weren't being supportive enough of Kamala Harris. And he put out this tweet. He was like, oh, come on now. Why y'all always attacking? It's always us. Why is it always us going after us? Come on now. Why are we always going after black people? I don't understand. You know, he was doing his whole thing on the tirade. And I'm like, dude, we're not obligated to give votes to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris can't get votes in California. What makes you think she can get them from the rest of the country? Oh, just because she looks brown? That's all it was? And that's it. That is fam. That is it. To this day, I'm sure he has the same politics. If they're black, that's all I need to know, Skip. They just gotta be black. These are black Americans gonna look out for us. No, that's not how shit works. A black person will rob you, steal you, take your money. I just heard Kenan Thompson on the podcast talk about how his accountant took all his money, had him at his first house. He went to buy his first house. He's sitting there. He's waiting at the signing, the paper signing, the lease signing. Early in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, he's sitting there waiting on his lawyer to show up because he gave his lawyer power of attorney. He was like 20 years old. He did so. He had this lawyer since he was a teen, working with Nickelodeon and shit. And this attorney took his money and ran off. That was a black person. So black people will get your ass. There are multiple horror stories. You don't think Shannon Sharp knows there's multiple horror stories where black people have sold other black people out? Black people told on Nat Turner. Black people shot Malcolm X. It's been countless things. A black person, so anyway, I'm not gonna go down that road. What I'm saying is, it's not enough. But we act like it is. We act like it's enough just so the person is brown or black. And there's people of color shit. Please, fam, don't get me started. You know who does that, play by the rules of this People of Color Alliance? People of color. That's who don't. The only people playing by the people of color rule are black people that are delusional enough to listen to politicians who are black who just don't want to say the word black. So they say, people of color. And they're looking around at the black people going, that means you too. That means all us. But it really just means the Latinos and the Asians they trying to get votes from. Because they already got yours because they look brown. Because they black, they already know they got you. So this whole people of color lie, the vote black because they got your back, all this, no. We have to make a demand. We have to have a commitment, a firm commitment. And when they no longer live up to the commitment, they are gone. The Democratic Party like to play games with words, such as unhoused. Meanwhile, in California, it's a lot of black people living out on the street. FAFO. Right now, New York's learning a lesson. People died this week under Mamdani, froze to death. But he had great words to get in office, didn't he? Oh, the words were fantastic. Woo, what a great speaker. He sounds so revolutionary. Yeah, he revolutioned, right? He revolutioned some people right into the cemetery, right into the morgue. That's what happened. Now, when it was Cuomo, you had no problems blaming him. Now they like, oh, it's not his fault. He's just a mayor. It's not his fault he had a snow blizzard. Well, you know what? Cuomo didn't cause Corona. Caused a lot of shit like women to have to leave their jobs because they're being harassed. He caused a lot of problems. Don't get me twisted. But he didn't cause Corona, but you blame him for the deaths. Mamdani's the man on guard. Democrats gonna try to flip it, make it not be his fault though. So what I'm saying is, we gotta hold people accountable. We can't just judge people on words they use because they talk nice, they say things, and use pretty terms. Substance. We need substance, we need solutions over symbols. All right, that's it. So this sister need to get her head examined. My name is Tim Black. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I appreciate y'all. We had a little slow start tonight. We're going to try to do better on Friday. Come back here for more Tim Black Show. Look, guys, I put out clips every day. It's important for you to come by the channel, hit like on, watch a clip, video clip from tonight's show. Hit the like button, share it with somebody. Become a member of this show. Go to jointimberlake.com.